I'm not here tonight as a judge or as a lawyer. I'm here as a mom. It's a little intimidating to follow these experts and to be among so many mental health professionals who really know their stuff. I'm just going to tell you what happened to me and how I'm coping with it. Almost, well, it'll be 6 years, 6 days from today will be 10 years from the date that my son died of a drug overdose. He was 25 years of age. He had an IQ of 160. He had a sense of humor that I envied. I miss him every day. And he started out using marijuana. And then he graduated on to harder drugs. I'm educated. I'm intelligent. I talk to my kids from the day they were raised from the day that they could understand about these are the things you stay away from. These are the friends you stay away from. These are the places you avoid. I trusted my kids. I felt that I had educated them well about drugs. And then when I began to suspect that my son was using drugs, what did he do? He got the sweetest puppy dog face you'd ever see. No, Mom. I'm telling you, moms and dads here, if you confront your kids about drug use, they're gonna lie to you. They're gonna lie. Expect that. We don't like to believe our children are liars. We don't like to believe that they're gonna con us, but they're going to con us. I know that we have more people here than I was expecting, but I thought I also knew what a drug addict looked like. That was taken 2 months before he died. Isn't that one of the most handsome kids you'd ever see? I miss him every single day. What happens to me now as a mom is I'm not learning to forgive myself. What happens is every day, and particularly when we come upon the anniversary of his death, I think of more things that I woulda, shoulda, coulda done to perhaps prevent his death, perhaps prevent his drug use. And some of the things have already been touched upon, and I think will be in the future. I trusted my kids so much, I didn't lock up my drugs. I broke my back. I had a number of back surgeries. So I had pain pills, muscle relaxants in the medicine cabinet. I trusted my kids. I talked to them about the dangers of drugs. I didn't lock them up. And when it looked like pills were missing, I just thought, I just must not have been paying attention. I was so busy. Denial on my part. Treatment. Should I have put my child into treatment? Because obviously by the time he became an adult, there's nothing I can do to get him into treatment if that's what he needs. Should I have been more aggressive about confronting him? I confronted him on a fairly regular basis, and he'd get that sweet little puppy dog face and say, "No, Mom, not me." You know, they say this about lawyers, and I know they also say this about drunks and addicts. How can you tell when a lawyer, a drunk, or drug addict is lying? When their lips are moving. And that's the attitude you've got to take. There were times that I would find things in my son's room and pretended like I didn't see them. I'm telling you, moms and dads, if you want to save your child's life, and I don't mean just from death, save them from a life of pain, agony, perhaps legal complications, a failure to achieve their best potential. Your kids have no right to privacy. You go home tonight, go through their dresser drawers, read their journals, open their Facebook, check their text messages. Don't give your children the right of privacy that they think they're entitled to. You're the parent. It's your job to keep them away from this, to educate yourself, to make sure that you don't lose a handsome child like I did, that I have to live with now for the rest of my life. The beautiful thing about what's happening here tonight and about the internet is you folks, when you find a pill laying on the floor in your child's bedroom, you can go on the internet, pop up an index, look at that pill, and see what it is. I didn't have that luxury. It was still kind of a dirty secret if your children were using drugs. At the time my son was affected. Now parents have let go of that shame and hiding it because doing that doesn't do you any good, it doesn't do your child any good, it doesn't get the necessary help. You're educating yourselves tonight about drugs. You're learning about the impact that it has on the brain and on the development of a child. That is the first and greatest step a parent can make, is learning about these things. I didn't. I thought I was pretty smart. I thought I was pretty well educated. So I didn't avail myself of all of the resources that were out there, although they were limited at the time. You have many more. But go on the internet, do your research, come to meetings like this, confront your children, put them in rehab if that's what's necessary. Don't take their word for it. That doesn't mean that all kids are liars. That doesn't mean that all kids are drug users. But moms and dads, these people are your heart. If you suspect there's drug use, you're probably right. And it's up to you to try to intervene. I really do appreciate the opportunity to come here and talk to you. I just talk from my heart because I'm talking to you as a mom. And I do hope that all of you will just take home everything that you're learning here tonight and apply it. Love your kids, hug them. My greatest source of solace is that the last words I said to Patrick the night before he died was, "I love you too." So at least I don't have that regret. Thanks for listening to me.